A young man is attacked and killed by two lions. It happened in the Marakele National Park, in South Africa, in 2021. Malibongwe Mfila, 27, worked as a safari guide at Marakele Luxury Lodges. His job involved tracking down where the wildlife were in the 22,000-hectare grounds of the safari park. On this day he was driving around in the bush looking for animals like elephants, cheetahs and lions. Once he knew their locations, he could relay back to the other rangers where they were. That way they would be able to drive the tourists who were staying at the lodges into the right area. The safari lodge cost £750 a night, so it was important that these tourists got what they came for. They wanted to see these amazing animals in the wild. On this terrible occasion he reportedly stopped his vehicle and got out. He wanted a closer look at some cheetahs. He did not feel in any danger, even though they were wild animals. But as he was walking away from the car on the road he did not realize that two young lions were stalking him. They suddenly attacked him and brought him down. Another ranger was driving in the area and saw the lions attacking the man, and alerted the emergency services. But he was helpless on the ground and the lions proceeded to eat him alive. What was left of his body was later recovered for his family. The lions were tracked down and shot dead because they now posed a threat to the other workers and tourists since the attack. Well-managed safari parks, like Marakele Luxury Lodges, play a crucial role in conservation efforts by providing a protected environment for wildlife. A tourist died taking photos. 29-year-old Catherine Chappelle was visiting South Africa, and was at a game reserve. She was in a vehicle and being driven around the park, so she could see the lions in their natural habitat. She decided to open the window so that she could lean out to get a better view of the animals, and to take more photos. But suddenly out of nowhere one of the lions jumped up and into the open window. The lion quickly grabbed the woman and bit her on the neck a number of times. Catherine Chappelle was mauled to death in front of other tourists. She was only in the job for 10 days when she was killed. 22-year-old Alexandra Black was working at the North Carolina Animal Center in America. The cleaning of the lion's enclosure was going on. The animals had been moved out of that enclosure, and were locked into another part of the area. But somehow one of the lions was able to escape. It quickly ran at the workers and Alexandra was attacked and mauled to death. A writer is mauled to death by a lion. A 22-year-old woman was at a game reserve outside Pretoria in South Africa in 2018. She was there to interview the manager of the park. She wandered around the outside of the fenced area, and was taking photos for her article. She noticed a lion running after an antelope in the distance. But as she began to take photos of this, the lion suddenly stopped chasing the animal and charged at her instead. She was attacked by the lion and killed. These parks often rely on revenue generated from tourism, as visitors contribute to the funding needed for conservation programs, anti-poaching initiatives, and the overall maintenance of the reserve. Tourism also fosters a sense of appreciation for the natural world. Ethical game drives and education about wildlife help ensure the well-being of both animals and visitors. Nevertheless, wild animals are very unpredictable and attacks do occur. This was the case with the deaths of these workers and tourists. These tragedies highlight the importance of respecting the inherent risks associated with being in close proximity to wildlife. For more facts about animals, click on the subscribe button.